Hello, and welcome to Design Resilience, the corner of the internet where we talk about building daily habits and practices that can help you in times of difficulty or when things don't go as expected. My name's Rachel, and I'm excited today to talk to you about under the pillar of finance and building financial stability, what to do when you're underwater and you are behind on your payments, you don't have enough paycheck to make it through the end of the month, you're really pinched, and everything that you do is a little bit better, but nothing ever feels like it gets finished from a financial perspective. So this is not an uncommon place to be. Lots and lots of people, especially in the United States, are in this situation because their paycheck doesn't keep up with their debts, which could include student loans, medical debt, credit cards, personal loans, car loans, just all of the ways that people can finance things on top of what it costs to live from day to day. And so if you're in this position and you don't have enough paycheck for the month, I want to offer you some steps you can take that will help you to feel like you're more in control, and move you towards that financially stable place that helps you be resilient in times of change. So the first thing we want to do is identify how much money comes into our home. So if that is from a regular job, if that is from a side hustle, if that is from child support, if that is from selling things online, we want to look at our consistent, dependable sources of income. And we want to know how much those contribute to the household every single month. So if it's a regular job, you can look at your pay stub to see what you're making each paycheck. If it's child support that you can depend on, you can add that amount. If it is a side hustle that varies in income, take your lowest income and add that as a stable part. Sometimes you'll have really good, if you're maybe a DoorDasher or an Instacart delivery person or an Uber driver, you may have better times, but we don't want to use that to plan. We want to use our lowest bit. And I can see my bun is just going off. So we're going to fix that real quick. Sorry for the interruption. Um, so, but you want to look at what is stable and pretty consistent from a money coming in. Now, there's an important part here that I think is valuable when you're in this phase of life. Uh, they say that the average billionaire has 7 streams of income, 7 ways that money comes into their life. So I want you to, before you move into any other step of this, once you've identified the ways that money comes into your household, be grateful for it and know that those are one more step closer to stability. It may be a bridge too far to think about being a billionaire at this time, but if you've got one stream of income, that's amazing. If you've got 2 streams of income, which could be your job and child support, or it could be your job and your side hustle, those are ways that money is making its way to you. And so you want to take a second, look at it, say, if, well, billionaires have 7 and I have 2, that's pretty great. If you are in a 2 income household, that's 2 incomes coming into what you can work with. So pause before you move into working a budget, to be grateful for those things and know that if money can come into your household one way, there's a million other ways it can come in. So we're grateful for that money that's coming in. And it's an important exchange of energy in this overall financial stability pillar. Once you've got your working money, what you can work with, the most important priority is you and your family. So there may be bills, there may be debt, there may be all kinds of things going on. But the first thing we want to secure as we build this financial stability financial stability pillar, is that we want to make sure you are taken care of. So that starts with what we call the 4 walls based on the Dave Ramsey baby steps. This is where I'm pulling this from. So the first thing is the place where you live. That is the first place that you want to take money out. So whether that's rent, whether that's a mortgage, that's the first thing you want to pay for so that you have a safe place to live. The second thing is you want to make that house or apartment or trailer or wherever you're staying work. And so you need to take your utilities, which is your electricity and your water, gas, waste, if you have to pay the trash people to take your trash away. And then depending on the type of work you do, you may need internet service to live. So taking care of the 4 walls that surround you to make sure you have a safe and stable place to live before you deal with anything else is so important, because it's going to give you a sense of security and that foundation that you can move forward in your financial journey. If every month you're worried about, should I pay this a student loan payment or my rent, pay your rent. Pay that first, because people can get as angry as they want about debt payments, but as long as you have a stable place to sleep and to live, you'll be much more set up to make strides in this financial journey to stability. So house and utilities, first thing that comes out of that money that comes to you every month. The next thing that comes out of that money that comes to you every month is your transportation. You need to be able to make sure that if you have a job you need to go to, or if your job is about driving, Uber, delivery, those kinds of things, that your car is able to get you where you need to go. So that's, if you have a car payment, that comes out, car insurance, that comes out, and then a budget for gas. It may take a few months to figure out exactly how much this amount should be to take out, because you may think, oh, I only spend $20 a week in gas. And you may find that you spend $40. So give yourself some grace as you figure out what it takes to get your car going. And then you'll want to have a little bit back for regular maintenance. Getting your oil changes in your car will make your car last so much longer. So if you can do that yourself, that's awesome. If you can't do it yourself, you don't have the equipment at home to change your own oil, or you don't have a friend who can help you, then you'll want to have a little bit set aside to get those oil changes done at a business. So out of our money that's coming in every month, we focus first on our house, because we need a safe place to be that has electricity and water and the things we need. Then we have a car that works and gets us where we go. And the third is food, groceries. So if you have the help of food stamps, that's awesome. If you don't have that, then you want to make sure that you have enough, that you budget and plan for money out of what comes to you every month to go into that food space so that you can make sure that you are fed. And there are lots of schools of thought, you should buy fresh produce because it's cheap. But then we know that meat is expensive or dairy products are expensive. So then you go and buy processed food, but that's not healthy. None of that matters. As long as you are getting food right now, as you stabilize, as you gain the ability to see what's going on in your finances, and you practice telling your money where to go, buy the food you can afford, buy the food you'll eat, buy food that you'll eat so that you won't look at it and go, oh, I'm just going to do takeout, or I'm just going to go to fast food. Just make sure that you've got food. So if you're taking care of those things, if you're taking care of your house and your utilities, or your home and your utilities, if you're taking care of your car and its maintenance, if you're taking care of your food, that's what matters first. So sure, you may have people calling you about debt. Sure, you may have things, subscriptions or entertainment things getting turned off because you're behind on those bills. That's okay. That won't be forever, because as you get stable and you get caught up, especially if you're behind on your electricity bill or behind on your water, or behind on your car payments, when you just focus there, what it takes for me to live from day to day and get those caught up, you're going to have more money flexible from what comes into your house every month to begin to address those other things. But it can be so scary when you don't know what's going on. You don't know where your money's going. You don't know how much you make every month. You don't know why, when you think you have enough money to pay a bill and you go look at your account, you don't. When we can get rid of that confusion, first of all, it's a very brave step to take. It is a very brave thing when we're not brought up, at least as Americans, where the conversations around money are safe, where they're comfortable. Most we see people fighting or hiding money. So they treat it like a big secret. But if you're beginning to step into the part of your life where you want to take control of your finances, you want to stabilize your finances for when things don't go the way you want them to, it's important that you realize that it's brave to look at all this stuff. It can be anxiety inducing, it can be scary. But if you find a partner or a friend who can help you just breathe through it, look at everything, and help you develop a plan, and if you stay flexible with it, you may come out with a plan and try it the next month and it all falls apart. That's okay. That's part of it. You've spent this much of your life not knowing how to manage your money. So just because you have one plan written on a piece of paper doesn't mean it's going to work out. But if you're willing to try it and see what happens and adjust and then try it again the next month, little by little, you'll gain confidence. Little by little, you'll see what's happening and you can take control from there. But until things get caught up, if you're behind, the first thing you focus on is securing your safety and your health and well-being. And that is your home, your car, and your food. Everything else can wait, and it will wait. And then as you go month after month, it takes about 3 months to get a good, really solid budget going, because then, there will be things you forgot, or there'll be, things that come up, birthdays or whatever. So keep at it. Keep focusing on yourself and taking care of yourself first. And it's not treat yourself, it's care for yourself. And then as time goes, then you can get into the more traditional budgeting systems, which involve saving and spending and giving, whether, to a religious organization or just to people who need help. Those are future steps that you will get to once you get caught up and stabilized. But you can definitely take steps today to get to a more stable financial position that will give you the confidence you need to move forward. So I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, leave any comments below, and I will see you next week.